My name is Elena Cantarello, and I'm a lecturer in sustainability science at Bournemouth University, and I'm the program leader for the MSc in green economy. So what I thought I will do in the next 30 minutes or so, I will first basically introduce you, I will tell you a little bit about the principle of the green economy. So I will give you a little bit of background to our course. And then I will go through the course content and structure, what to expect from our course, and then finally I will give you a brief overview of the kind of jobs that you might expect to get after attending this course, and I will give you some examples from recent graduates. Okay, so a little bit of background. So the green economy really came to prominence in the wake of the financial and global crisis. So in 2008, a lots of calls were made for a global Green New Deal in the global policy arena. And as a result of this study, UNEP published the landmark report on the green economy, which went a long way to putting the green economy on the international agenda. So given the unprecedented economic, social and environmental crisis that we face in our society, the green economy has been seen as a solution to all of the crises that we face in our society. So it's been called like a win-win solution. And at the international level, there are a lot of leaders that agree, and they all basically give a lot of importance on the green economy, and also on the path that will take us to a more sustainable future. So the Premier of China, the Prime Minister of South Africa, and other leaders all around the world do all agree that we need to move towards a more sustainable future and follow the path of the green economy. But you might ask, why is the green economy important? Well, it is important because a business as usual is no longer, no longer feasible. Here on the left, you can see a study that was undertaken by renowned scientists led by Johan Rockström. And so this study basically shows you that there are 9 environmental boundaries, and these are the climate change, ocean acidification, chemical pollution, nitrogen and phosphorus loading, freshwater use, land use, biodiversity loss, air pollution, and ozone layer depletion. As you can see here, these scientists highlight the fact that we're already beyond the boundary of our basically safe well-being. So we need to backpedal quickly. And at the same time, Kate Rafford, with her donut economics, shows and highlights the fact that so we are beyond the boundary for this environmental dimension, and at the same time there are lots of people who are lacking in their daily needs in terms of food, in terms of water, energy, housing, and also health and education. And the goal for our society is basically to get into these donuts, and that's basically how Kate Rafford defines it. Which is obviously a challenge, but also an opportunity. And what sort of economic mindset will take us into these donuts is obviously contested. So although everyone agrees that we should move towards the green economy, there isn't actually one green economy definition. Here on the right, you can see a cloudboard of different definitions that are found in different publications. And you can see that they all have like a common element of having sustainable development as their final aim. And you might identify the three pillars of sustainable development, so the economic, the environmental, and the social aspect and dimension. So the UNEP defines the green economy as an economy that results in improving human well-being, so that's the social aspect, and reduced inequality over the long term, while at the same time not exposing future generations to significant environmental risk and ecological scarcities. And UNEP has also recently redefined the green economy into a more inclusive. So it's not just an economy that is low carbon, efficient and clean in production, but also inclusive in consumption and outcome based on the sharing, circularity, collaboration, solidarity, resilience, opportunity and interdependence. So to move forward towards a green economy, Adrian Newton, myself, and a group of scientists at Bournemouth University started and developed the MSc in Green Economy. This was back in 2010, and the course was validated in 2011, and it's been running since then. So what are the key features of our course? First of all, is really topical. So with our course, we aim to give you the scientific knowledge and skills so you can actually play a really important role towards moving towards a more sustainable future. It is delivered entirely by distance learning. You can see on the left, it says study from anywhere in the world. And it can either be taken part-time or full-time basis. And a really welcome feature from recent graduates and our students is that basically you can combine your study with paid or voluntary employment. And it does have this option that instead of taking the more common research project, you can take an extended professional placement. Obviously, the green economy, it is an enormous subject, and our course, although is basically based on environmental science, it draws from several different disciplines. So these are technology, social science, psychology, geography, law, and economics. And as you will see in the later in the presentation, it opens up job opportunity across many different sectors. And on the left, you can see that we've also recently produced a book, and it's called An Introduction to the Green Economy, Science System and Sustainability, which basically underpins our teaching material. So these are the details of the course. You will have 6 taught units. These are carbon management and climate change, frontiers of sustainability science, biodiversity and ecosystem services, green technology and renewable energy, sustainable development in practice, and environmental law and social justice. So you should be able to see already from these 6 taught units that is really interdisciplinary. And as I was mentioning before, it gives you the option to undertake either a research project or an extended professional placement on a workplace of your choice. And each of the 6 taught units can also be taken separately as a CPD. You can start the course either in January or in September. So we're now taking basically application for the September start. So as I was saying, like the green economy is really a huge subject, and as a consequence, we have had a huge variety of activities that the students have undertaken towards their dissertation. So here are just some examples. You can see that some students have focused more on renewable energy. So some have looked at the wind and solar energy, some on desalination. Some have focused more on the building side, waste. Some have looked at more the conservation side of it, with looking at ecosystem services, environmental capital. Some focus more on the business side of the green economy and the financial side, and some have decided to take more to focus more on the social aspect. And the last two examples are from students who actually have been successful in securing paid internship. The first is Ellie, and she has just finished an internship placement with an environmental association for university and colleges, and her report has just been published. It's a really good report, which basically looks at the whole sustainability aspect in different university and colleges within the UK. And Antonello is doing an internship in international project management at Rambo in the water and environmental division. So this is just to give you some examples of the variety of projects that you might be able to undertake. So who teaches on the course? Myself, so I'm the course leader, and I'm leading the carbon management and green technology unit. Then you will have Professor Adrian Newton, who is leading the Frontier in Sustainability Science and the unit in Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services. Professor Chris Shiel, she leads the unit on Environmental Law and Social Justice. And Marin Sivanovic, who leads the unit in Sustainable Development in Practice. And I also like to stress that as well as a teacher, we are all active researcher, and obviously we feed all our research back into our teaching. And if you'd like to find out more about our research, I copied the link at the back of the slide. And that link will also take you to basically the profile of the other people in our department. So what you might expect from our course. Obviously the key feature is that all learning material is provided through a platform. It's called MyBU, and it's also a virtual learning environment. And we really basically focus on our teaching on problem-based learning. So each unit is basically based on tasks, and for each task you will be required to read typically 3 to 4 scientific papers. And there will be then some really simple questions that we will ask you, and you can submit your draft answer, and for each draft that you submit, you will receive a personalized individual feedback from us. And there are also some more substantive work, which includes some conceptual modeling, scenario development, presentation skill, and the critical evaluation of a carbon management plan. And so, as I said, for any piece of work, you will receive feedback prior to the official submission. So the green economy is really a huge subject. So it creates a large number of green jobs across many sectors of the economy. So jobs can include different sectors: manufacturing sector, research and development, administrative and services. And you'll be able to get jobs that help to protect ecosystem and biodiversity, reduce energy, materials and water consumption, decarbonize the economy, as well as jobs that minimize the generation of waste and pollution. This is a report that basically was highlighted at one of recent conference that I've been in Berlin. And basically, you can see on the right that if we move to a green economy, there's a potential for 15 to 60 million new jobs that could be generated. So there's a really huge opportunity for you to obviously play a part in this new market. Since the Green Economy Initiative was launched, more and more organizations have become active into promoting the green economy. Most notably, the PAGE, so it's the Partnership for Action on the Green Economy, and as well as the Green Economy Coalition, which is basically a multi-stakeholder organization really pushing for the green economy. So potentially any of these organization will be you basically be able to get jobs in any of these organization, as well as other organization in the education sector and in the business sector. Here I just wanted to show you some of our graduates and basically what they're doing at the moment since they graduated. So Lucy Harbour, soon after finishing the course, she set up her own company, and she actually received an award for her quality campaign. And she's also been recently on the BBC. So so she was able actually to set up a really successful company. Roxanne King, she did her placement at Bournemouth Borough Council, and gratifying for us as a direct consequence of her placement, she was able to secure a job at Bournemouth Borough Council, and she is now a sustainability manager. And then we have Will Nicholson from Norway. You can see here his nice message on Facebook saying, "It took 3 years combined with my job and my research dissertation has grown into a small business, very valid education." So he was also able to establish his own business, a very successful business, and now provides a solution basically for food service businesses to include sustainability in their strategy. And finally, Paul Boylan from Ireland. He was working for Citibank when he was doing our course, and since then basically he's departed from Citi, and he's also set up his own company, more basically aligned to his career aspiration. Here is basically I leave this to you to read some student feedback. So the feedback that we receive is been actually very good. So we've always had very satisfied and happy students. And generally, even if you decide not to take our course, if you would like to stay in touch, we have a Twitter account that I manage, as well as a Facebook account, which you can see shown on the screen. And finally, if you do have any question, please feel free to contact me either directly, or if it's more obviously admin questions, you can contact Ask BU. And on the right, you have links about funding and other courses should you decide to do another course that is not green economy. Okay. I think I'll now take any questions that you might have. I'm sure you must have lots of questions.